Maria Balin-Shapur show up at that party. Have you seen her this afternoon?
No, we haven't, Debbie. It's been mainly just reporters streaming in, getting set up for this big watch party tonight. We're at the Liberty Tap Room just off Johnny Dodds Boulevard. The former governor, of course, expected here later this evening to watch those results roll in alongside all of his supporters who have supported him throughout this contentious election with Elizabeth Colbert Bush. Now, this is, of course, familiar territory for the former governor. He held this seat back in 1995 through 2001. And as Bill was saying, this has been a historically Republican district. Voters here are typically voting Republican for this seat. But will Sanford be able to make a political comeback as he has been aiming to do throughout this election? Well, that is the million-dollar question here tonight. And we'll be watching those results roll in here at the Liberty Tap Room in Mount Pleasant. Debbie, I'm going to send it back to you. Mark Sanford joins us now. Congratulations on your win. Tell me, how does it feel to have a second chance?
It's a blessing, as I said tonight in my remarks. I mean, it's an incredible blessing to have this chance to talk about ideas that you've long believed in, and to have this chance to go to Washington and do something about it.
What do you want to do in Washington now? What's the goal?
Well, I mean, it's what we talked about in this campaign. I said our country's at a tipping point with regard to the way that it spends money, and that we cannot go on spending more than we have without bad things happening. We're at the tipping point as a civilization, and so what we're going to go and do is try and affect change on that very front.
I had a sit-down interview with you when you were leaving your second term in the governorship, and I remember very clearly you told me politics is a rough sport. Why in the world do you keep on coming back for more?
Because I think the ideas that are contained in it are of incredible importance to me and you and our respective kids, grandkids, and go down the generations. And I think that, you know, this notion of what Jefferson talked about was that eternal vigilance was the price of liberty is incumbent upon every one of us, whether a regular working citizen or whether we're an office holder. And so I come back to it because I care.
What will tomorrow hold for you scheduling-wise?
It's going to start very early. There are a whole host of different shows. We're going to do those in the early morning. And then we're going to spend some time thanking so many of the folks that worked so hard on this campaign. And then we're going to begin this process of transition. It's a very short transition to actually going up to Washington and trying to do something about the things that this campaign has been based on.
Mark Sanford, anything else you want to say tonight?
I would just say thank you to folks out there. Whether they voted for me or voted against me, at the end of the day, I'm going to try and represent them as best I can in this job. And I would just say humble thanks for this chance to make a difference in Washington, D.C.
Is it emotional for you?
Yeah, I mean, you can't go through the events that I've been through over the last number of years of my life without there being an emotional component, without there being an incredible thankful component for this moment.
Congratulations on your victory this evening. We'll be watching. Appreciate your time. And there you have it, Debbie and Raphael. Mark Sanford headed to Congress. It is a seat he held from 1995 to 2001. Then he spent 2 terms in the governorship, but he is officially back in politics.
All right, Kiki Collins reporting live from